Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at The Son of Neptune, chapter 26. Well, in this chapter, the heroes start their journey through Portland, and they're trying to find Phineas. And it's not that difficult, because they hear some screaming, "Ah! Get away! Get away, you chickens!" And weed whacker sound. And they hear it and they're like, do you think that might be? Yeah, that's probably the guy we're looking for. So they go and they find this, looks like kind of a homeless man. There's a bunch of harpies flying around and he has this weed whacker. And he's trying to hit the harpies and hurt them so that way they can't get his food. Because we read before that he's cursed. And the curse is that the harpies take away all his food and they torment him. But when they look at this scene, it doesn't look like he's being tormented. In fact, when Percy sees this, he feels sorry for the harpies, not for Phineas. Well, the harpies go away and they start talking to Phineas. And Phineas tells the heroes, one of the reasons why he was cursed by Jupiter is because he talks too much. He knows too many things because his gift of prophecy. And he starts talking about how Hazel is dead and came back to life, how Frank's life is attached to a burning piece of wood, and how Percy doesn't know anything, but Phineas could tell him if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He just keeps sharing all these secrets. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, just other bunch of different lottery. He just keeps sharing all this information because I don't know why, he just shares too many things. But then there's this moment where he talks about his patron, right? And he says, "Oh yeah, I used to be cursed, but then my patron brought me back to life, and I tell her a few prophecies, and now she cursed the harpies, where they can only eat the food from my table and they can't leave the Portland area. And so now he gets to torture the harpies." And they're like, that's weird. Who's your patron? He says, Gaia. Gaia is my patron. I tell her a few secrets and she let me live again. She showed me how to get out of death and to be alive. And Percy, Hazel, and Frank are all like, "Whoa, you're working for our enemy." And he's like, "Yeah, if you want to join the losing team, that's fine, but I'm going to join the winning team because Gaia's waking up and she's going to change the world." And Phineas doesn't really like the gods that much because they've tortured him for most of his life. He also shares, some information like saying, "Hazel, this is your fault in the first place. You're the one who rose Alcyonus. If it wasn't for you, the giants would still be sleeping." And Frank is like, "What?" And Hazel's like, "I'm gonna kill this guy." Takes out her sword. But, Phineas says, "Look, if you guys want my help, you have to do me a favor. I want you to catch the fastest harpy and want you to tie her up so that way I can torture her like she tortured me." And Frank and Percy and Hazel, they really just want to kill Phineas. They want to help the harpies because they feel sorry for them. But they really need this information. And he says, like, "Hey, if you don't help me, that's fine. I don't mind. But your friends will die and your quest will fail. If you want to help me, you might have some chance of success." And so they're really torn because they need this information, but they don't want to help him. Some vocabulary words. First one is radioactive. You might know this one already, but if you think of a bomb, okay, the nuclear bomb, it uses what we call a radioactive material, okay, plutonium. And plutonium, it has electrons or neutrons or something that are shooting off of it. It's so filled with energy that the atoms are shooting off. And if you get close to it, those atoms will enter your body and they'll start to give you cancer or things like that, because there's just so much energy going through it, and it will affect your body and your cells. So it's radioactive, meaning that this has so much energy, it's like glowing, or it can be unhealthy. But we do use a lot of radioactive material to create energy in our countries. But when Piercy sees this like Korean barbecue, Brazilian fusion taco or food truck, he's like, whoa, that sounds like some secret radioactive recipe. I don't know if that's like radioactive like good, or radioactive bad, or radioactive strange, but he just means that it's very, very different, and he's not too sure what to think about it. Vague. Vague is unclear or not sure. Hey, what do you want to eat for dinner tonight? I don't know. Let's have something from one of those good restaurants. Good restaurants? That's a little vague. What restaurants are you talking about? Oh, that Chinese one. Okay, that's a little more clear, but I'm not sure which Chinese one you're talking about. Vague is unclear or too general. Burlap. This is another one you should probably Google. Just do an image search for it. A burlap is a kind of material that we used to use before plastic and things like that, that we would carry like fruits and vegetables in. It's a very rough kind of cotton, I believe. I'm not actually sure what the material is, but it's this brown color, and it's like cross stitched, and it's pretty tough, but it's not soft at all. So we usually used it for carrying a lot of fruits or vegetables, or like potatoes or something like that. If you were really, really poor, maybe you could use it as clothes. But the harpies, they have burlap dresses, which are like super poor and rough and probably not clean and not an ideal piece of clothes. But Google it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and then you can kind of imagine what that'd be like. Overinflated. If you have a ball, okay, a ball has the right amount of air in it, and it works well. Soccer ball, basketball, baseball. Well, baseball doesn't have air. But if you overinflate it, you put too much air in it, the ball becomes misshaped. And so Phineas's stomach looks misshaped, like this ball that has too much air in it, because he's been eating really well since he made this deal with Gaia. This might be the last one. Groused. Grouses complained. If you remember the movie Beauty and the Beast, there's this scene where the Mrs. Potts goes inside the kitchen, and she says, oh, we made all this stuff, but we're not going to use it. And the cook, he's like, I made all this food and it's going to waste. And she's like, stop your grousing. Stop your complaining. And I can't remember who, Phineas, I believe, groused, and he complained about something. Discussion question. If you were the heroes, would you help Phineas? Would you try to find another way, or would you just help him? I mean, that's pretty tough. I don't know what I would do, but it's something I want to think about. And I'm really curious about what the heroes are going to do, because they have to do something to get this information. What would you do? Of course, please make your own discussion question. Well, that's all the time that we have today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.